Is free shipping worth it? Now, this one, I'm actually so glad that this is the first one I've pulled out today from the videos that I'm going to make, because I think I've gone through the whole journey of questioning this question for so many years. So many years. So, when we think about free shipping, obviously, we think about the incentive that you apply to give to a potential customer to encourage them to check out with your product rather than going somewhere else. Free shipping is essentially that easy way for you to go, I've got your attention, now all I need is your money. Because they say the thing more valuable than money or time is attention. Because if you've got somebody's attention, then you've got their underlying intention with how they're spending their attention. If they're on your website looking at your product, they have an intention to check out on your store. And something like free shipping gives that, I don't know, it's almost just like that helping hand to the checkout point where you're like, yeah, look, you're almost there, you're so close. But in the time that we are now, with the way that we buy and sell online and the amount of competition there is, the question is it really worth it to do free shipping? So I'll talk about my story a little bit about how I got into the free shipping side, how I used it for me, and then how I think it's changed now. So when I began, obviously at this point you probably might know that a lot of my journey for the start of it was purely through ASOS Marketplace. So was through their website. And one main thing that you have to note when you are selling on a third-party platform is that it's much easier, and abide is the wrong word I'd say, it's much easier to follow through with the systems that a website has in place rather than to go against that drift, because, against the current, against the drift, against just basically friction. It's not to say that it wouldn't work out going against it, but certain platforms really incentivize it for a long time. So ASOS Marketplace, they had it even to a point where if you was offering free shipping, you ranked higher in the search bar. So you were seen by more people just because you offered something that would allow people to check out faster. As we all know, people online, on apps and on the internet and stuff, you've got a very small window to grab someone's attention, check out, and then they're about their business before they go, oh my God, I just bought something. Free shipping gives that such a simpler way of doing things. So, it means that the customer doesn't have to worry about making any costs. You absorb whatever you need to absorb with that, which I'm going to get into it, and it's happy days. So with ASOS Marketplace, I think we offered free shipping for a long time. I remember when I was just pulled this one out and I was thinking about it, we offered free worldwide shipping for about 8 months. So much so that I remember having a conversation with an accountant at the time who was just like, he's like saying, you're making a lot of money and you're making the gains, but you're losing a lot on your shipping costs at the minute. And I'm going to kind of get into this sort of point. So whenever we think about something that's free on the internet, right, you have to remember that there's a cost that's going to happen to somebody along that way. The same analogy with if you are downloading an app on the App Store, if you don't have to pay for that app, then you are the product. And that might be like a common thing. But if you don't have to pay for an app, then you are the product, in a sense where if you don't have to pay for the shipping, what is that incentive that could be being made out of you? Is it because once you sign out, someone gets your data, someone can understand what you've been looking at on their website? Maybe they just, want to email market some stuff to you with your consent and all that kind of stuff. Or maybe they just want to undercut the competition. So when I think about like the way that the free shipping used to be used, and it still is, it was just a massive pivotal point to basically get somebody's attention, get them checked out very quickly. But what happens with it is that you end up having to absorb so much cost in the fulfillment of basically the cost of that service, because it's not like you offer free shipping and you get it at a discounted amount. However, volume selling through certain couriers can give incentivized reductions in per parcel cost. That was definitely something that we had with Royal Mail. when we was sending out the best part of 40 to 50,000 parcels a year, we could tell them what our volume was, and we got better prices based on that. So if you ever see volumes, people who sell a lot of items and they have always good competitive free shipping or cheap shipping, it's probably because they're on a volume-based incentivized system with their courier. But that was a little bit of a tangent. What I wanted to get to with this is when we think about something that's free, so we think about having free shipping, right? There's two possible outlooks I think a customer could potentially have about the system that is something that's good to consider for a long-term awareness to it. The first one is that everybody knows if something's free, there's a cost somewhere. And if they're not the cost, they have to respect that you're the cost. If we're dealing with like the small nature of like vintage sellers, online boutique businesses where you are personally absorbing that cost, how do you facilitate absorbing that cost without losing too much profit? You inflate the price of an item. So if you offer something as a base level, say you sell through Depop and you offer free shipping as a base level, people will still use all the other features and functions like the make an offer, even if you've had to take the price upon an item to absorb some of that lost cost in shipping. People will use all the features you have. Funnily enough, actually, will be another video, but there's definitely a massive prepaid label economy that's sort of swarming in with Depop, with eBay, with a lot of third-party apps. This whole buyer, the customer buys their sort of like label for the parcel, and then it's all done like that, which I think has probably been one of the best ideas ever. Couriers make it very difficult, and the whole free shipping incentive is just a very complex ecosystem to simplify. So the second point I would get to as well with what I mean is when I've just mentioned there about 2 points that a customer could look at is the customer will start to believe, based on seeing free shipping, especially if you're small, like they will just know that the price you're charging is not the price that it's worth and will question wanting it for cheaper. But there's that thing where if you see a small boutique brand who maybe has 1,000, 2,000 products online and he's selling items with free shipping, or he's doing like £1 to Europe, and you know that to be a UK supplier or UK seller with that quantity, it still costs you £8. You know that there's an extra £7 added to the item's value. Is that wrong for the seller to do? Absolutely not. I think that for a long time, we've been in this massively competitive free shipping economy where people have competed with others to compete with others. There's such an ecosystem to understanding the free shipping economy, so much so that I used to have countless meetings and countless discussions about like adding that, taking it away, when to re-enable free shipping, how to use it. And I think that assuming you are, wow, sorry, that's a really cool Armani jacket. It's just got a bit of wear on it, but that's cool. Oh, look at the buttons as well. Can you see the buttons? AJ for Armani jeans, for those that obviously know that as well. So no, when we look at free shipping and is it worth it, I genuinely think that with the way that the economy of these apps are going with prepaid labels, putting more value on the item you're actually selling, trying better ways to sell a product is better than trying to cheapen that product. It's already cheap enough when you can go on an app and people have got constant sales on products and things like that. You almost have that fourth wall broken where you're like, there's this line between, do you want the item more than the seller is trying to sell the item to you? And I always find that when there's aggressive sales and these big like sale, and it's like constant, and it's like free shipping on this, on everything, it pushes a presence of we need the sales more than you need this item to buy. And the reason why I know that is because I found myself in those exact same circles of having to push free shipping and sales. And most of the time the intentions of when I did it were to outcompete the competition, were to get more sales and to just stay afloat. So I think that free shipping sets you up with an unnecessary standard you have to keep to yourself, and I think that you are better off just getting more value to your customer by having more value to give. That's a Peaky Blinders t-shirt. That's quite funny. Sorry, just a little mini show and tell while I'm just looking through some of this stuff I picked the other day. Yeah, that's what I would say with free shipping and how it works. I think that if you want to use it, try it. But what you tend to find with when you enable free shipping is it will simplify all of the other products, all of the things out for you, because you won't have to try and sell products as much. But you are much better off having a fixed amount of cost to the shipping and working on incentives through the price and discounting items at times of the year when it makes sense. Because free shipping to me just screams unsustainable, especially from a second-hand economy where you know the people that are selling these items are genuinely having to foot that bill to send the item. So yeah, that's my thought on that for today.